What if I told you that one of the world's most extraordinary culinary journeys doesn't take place in hushed Michelin-starred restaurants, but rather aboard a gleaming train slicing through misty mountains and vibrant green rice paddies? It sounds rather mad, doesn't it? But in Japan, this is not just a possibility. It's a national pastime, a delicious ritual wrapped in culture and tradition. I'm talking about Ekiben, the glorious station bento boxes that transform a simple train ride into a gastronomic adventure. Forget soggy sandwiches and lukewarm coffee. This is a world where every stop on the map unveils a new flavor, a new story, and a new reason to fall utterly in love with this incredible country. My own adventure began with a simple, almost childlike sense of wonder. I'd heard whispers of these legendary lunchboxes, each one a miniature portrait of its region, meticulously prepared and beautifully presented. Let's talk about the vessel for this magnificent feast, the Japanese train, specifically the Shinkansen, or bullet train. These are not merely modes of transport. They are cathedrals of motion, engineering marvels that redefine what it means to travel. Inside, the carriages are impeccably clean, a sanctuary of calm. The seats are spacious and comfortable, always facing forward, and can be reclined without ever encroaching on the person behind you. Huge, spotless windows offer an uninterrupted panorama of the Japanese countryside, a moving tapestry of cityscapes melting into patchwork fields and distant, cloud-wreathed mountains. The stations themselves are just as remarkable. They are more than just transit hubs. They are miniature cities, buzzing with life and filled with wondrous discoveries. It is here, in dedicated sections often called Ekiben ya Matsuri Festival of Ekiben shops, that you find the true treasure troves, gathering boxes from all over the country in one convenient, mouth-watering location. My journey began, as so many do, in the sprawling, electric heart of Japan, Tokyo. At the magnificent Tokyo Station, a universe unto itself, I sought out a bento that felt as grand and ambitious as the city itself. I found it in the form of the famous, or perhaps infamous, Nimanen Bento, which translates to the 20,000 yen bento. Yes, you read that correctly. It's a splurge, an indulgence, a statement piece. Lifting the lid of the elegant, tiered wooden box was a moment of pure theater. It was like opening a treasure chest. Inside, a breathtaking mosaic of colors, textures, and shapes was revealed, each morsel nestled in its own perfect compartment. There was glistening Wagyu beef from Tochigi Prefecture, so tender it seemed to dissolve on the tongue, its rich marbling releasing a wave of buttery flavor. Every single component was a star in its own right, a testament to the incredible quality of Japanese produce. The journey through the box was a tour of the region's culinary highlights. Heading north from Tokyo, the landscape transformed. The dense urban sprawl gave way to rolling hills and vast open skies. My destination was Sendai, the largest city in the Tohoku region, a place famous for its resilience, its lush greenery, and most importantly for my mission, its signature dish, Gyutan, or grilled beef tongue. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Beef tongue? It might not sound like the most appealing delicacy, but I urge you to cast aside any preconceptions. I found my prize at Sendai Station, the Gakusen char-grilled Gyutan bento. The box itself was self-heating. With the simple pull of a string, a chemical reaction in a pouch underneath the food tray began to generate steam, warming the entire meal in a matter of minutes. The aroma that wafted up as I lifted the lid was intoxicating, smoky, savory, and deeply meaty. It was the smell of a barbecue, a promise of a hearty and satisfying feast to come. The texture was a revelation, not at all what one might expect. It was firm yet yielding, with a satisfying chew that was closer to a premium cut of steak than anything else. Each bite was a burst of rich, beefy flavor, enhanced by a simple salt seasoning that allowed the quality of the meat to shine through. My journey then took a turn, heading west toward the Sea of Japan and the elegant city of Kanazawa. Known for its beautifully preserved geisha districts, its magnificent Kenrokuin garden, and its world-class contemporary art museum, Kanazawa is a city where tradition and modernity dance in perfect harmony. But its location on the coast also makes it a paradise for seafood lovers. The proximity to rich fishing grounds means the city's markets are overflowing with some of the freshest, most spectacular seafood in all of Japan. It was only natural, then, that my Ekiben choice here would be a celebration of the ocean's bounty, a Kaisen bento. The Kaisen chirashi sushi bento was a jewel box of a meal. Arranged atop a bed of pristine vinegared sushi rice was a vibrant tapestry of raw fish and seafood, each piece gleaming like a polished gem. There were slices of fatty tuna, creamy and pink, translucent slivers of squid, bright orange salmon, and plump sweet shrimp. The experience of eating it was one of pure, unadulterated freshness. Each piece of fish told a story of the cold, clear waters of the Sea of Japan. The tuna melted in my mouth with a luxurious richness. No culinary tour of Japan would be complete without a stop in the nation's former imperial capital, Kyoto. This is a city steeped in history, a place of serene temples, enchanting bamboo groves, and the refined arts of the geisha. Kyoto's cuisine, known as Kyo-ryori, reflects this elegant and artistic heritage. It's a subtle, sophisticated style of cooking that emphasizes seasonal ingredients and beautiful presentation. Opening it felt less like starting a meal and more like unveiling a miniature landscape painting. The contents were a delicate and intricate assortment of small, perfectly crafted bites, arranged with the precision of a Japanese garden. The flavors were as refined and nuanced as the presentation. There was a piece of Spanish mackerel grilled with a sweet miso glaze, its flavor deep and complex. There were small, hexagonal pieces of taro root simmered in a light, savory dashi broth, so tender they were almost creamy. This was not a meal of bold, powerful flavors like the Gyutan of Sendai. Instead, it was a meal of whispers and suggestions, of subtle complexities that unfolded gently on the palate. It was food that demanded you slow down, pay attention, and appreciate the craftsmanship involved. Eating this bento while the traditional wooden houses and temple roofs of Kyoto slid past my window felt incredibly fitting. It was a taste of Kyoto's soul, elegant, understated, and deeply connected to the rhythm of the seasons. My journey then took me further south and west on the Shinkansen, towards a city with a profound and poignant history, Hiroshima. Today, Hiroshima is a vibrant, modern city that stands as a powerful symbol of peace and resilience. Its culinary landscape is equally compelling, and one of its most beloved local specialties is Anago Meshi. While many are familiar with unagi, freshwater eel, Anago is its saltwater cousin, known for its softer texture and more delicate, less rich flavor. Near Hiroshima lies the island of Miyajima, famous for its floating torii gate and as the spiritual home of Anago Meshi. At Hiroshima Station, I easily found the iconic Anago Meshi Ueno Ekiben, a bento with a history stretching back over a century. The packaging was wonderfully old-fashioned, a simple paper wrapping that felt like it hadn't changed in decades. Inside, the presentation was simple and honest. A generous portion of grilled conger eel fillets lay neatly over a bed of rice that had been cooked in a savory eel broth, infusing every grain with a deep umami flavor. The anago itself was sublime. It had been grilled to perfection, basted in a sweet and savory soy-based sauce that caramelized on the surface. The texture was incredibly soft and fluffy, so tender that it seemed to melt away in my mouth. After traveling thousands of kilometers and tasting my way through a dozen different boxes, I came to a profound realization. Ekiben are so much more than just convenient meals for travelers. They are a microcosm of Japanese culture, a beautiful expression of the nation's core values. Each box is a testament to the concept of kodawari, the relentless pursuit of perfection in one's craft. From the choice of local ingredients to the precise cooking methods and the artful presentation, every single element is considered with the utmost care. The regionality of Ekiben is perhaps their most magical quality. In an increasingly globalized world, where you can find the same food chains in every major city, Ekiben stand as a celebration of local identity. There is also an incredible sense of artistry involved. The design of the packaging is often a delight in itself, with beautiful graphics, unique box shapes. Some are even shaped like bullet trains or snowmen, and thoughtful details like the self-heating mechanisms. So, what are you waiting for? I hope my little journey across the rails and through the delicious world of Ekiben has sparked a fire in you. I hope it has made you curious to discover the flavors that lie waiting at every station across Japan. This isn't an experience reserved for seasoned food critics or intrepid explorers. It's one of the most accessible, joyful, and rewarding ways to engage with Japanese culture, and it's available to anyone with a train ticket and an open mind. Imagine yourself settling into your seat on a sleek Shinkansen, the beautiful Japanese countryside providing a stunning backdrop. You have your chosen Ekiben, a flask of green tea, and a few hours of blissful travel ahead of you. As you unwrap your meal, you're not just a tourist passing through. You're an active participant in a wonderful cultural tradition. If you've enjoyed coming along for the ride, please do follow along for more adventures. Like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next delicious chapter. But more importantly, I hope you start planning your own Japanese railway adventure. The trains are waiting, and 1,000 delicious meals are ready for you to discover. Go on, take a bite. You won't regret it.